Hi guys, Jason Myers here again, participating in the Horrorman Slashback Saturday Challenge, week 6, hometown or local slashers. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday again. I bring to the table American Gothic. Bring this to the table because I live in the Pacific Northwest, the state of Washington. This is kind of takes place off one of the islands. There's a lot of islands kind of on the coast there where people maybe inhabit them. I don't know, but it's pretty close to me where I am now. I've been in the Pacific Northwest for about 15 years between Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. I've kind of bounced around a lot of Idaho. I love Idaho, but somebody picked Shredder last week, and that would have been a good pick for me. But I chose American Gothic because I wanted to rewatch this movie, and it's a really different kind of slasher. It's kind of like a psychological slasher, I'd call it. You get in kind of it gets a little deeper than your typical slasher. Has a good cast. You got Rod Steiger, Academy Award winner from it, In the Heat of the Night. Yvonne DiCarlo, she was the mom from the Munsters. So for years she's kind of been in the somewhat kind of horror community. And then you have some kind of no-name people as the six, stranded early 20s that land on the isolated island in the Pacific Northwest. And with Ma and Pa, that's Yvonne DiCarlo and Rod Steiger, they have 3 children. And they're very interesting characters. So you have Fanny, you have Woody, and you have Teddy. And they're all so different, but also like kind of just awesome in their own psycho ways. They all are in their, mid 40s to probably early 50s, and they all think they're like 12 years old. And it's a trip because they don't know any better because they've been isolated on this little island and been told by what their parents how things are. And everything is wrong. It's very like kind of like the religion kind of thing going on where like, one of the couples want to sleep together, and if they're not wed, they don't kind of share the same bed. So their views are very, very old. It looked like everything was set in the 20s. Like they haven't moved on from the 20s. Like that, what's in the house is very 20s. And this movie is made and set in 1987. I always thought it was an 88 film. Not the 88 films, but 1988 was the year this was made. But I guess it was 87. I really always liked this. I seen this when I was really little. I remember renting this and Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Dream Masters on the same night. I have a little double feature. The things you remember sometimes. But I just revisited it, and I watched it once when I was a teenager with a bunch of friends, but they thought it was boring because it wasn't like a Jason movie. It's not just a hack and slash kind of slasher. It's a little bit more psychological. And I do really I don't think the final girl Cynthia gets enough credit for badass final girl, because the family's crazy, but Cynthia's probably crazier than the family because she's dealing with a lot of post-traumatic stress with her baby. If you watch the movie, you'll see what's going on with that. But it makes the it gives it a different layer to the whole slasher movies, I would say. The way she kind of goes crazy. You could tell she's crazy kind of through the whole movie in a sense, but like as the movie progresses, she goes crazy. Kind of reminds me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 with Stretch. How it all happens at the end for her. She just goes fucking nuts. Well, it's like a gradual, her going crazy, but then she kind of snaps out of it. But I just don't know. I think just Cynthia, I think she was just gone in this movie. And it took the family to really make her just be that much more crazy to where she gets homicidal. But that's cool. Like I said, my favorite thing about the movie, though, besides like digging a little deeper into somebody's psyche, is the kids. They're not kids. They're in their 40s. But the one guy, he plays Woody. He's in a lot of movies. He was Kurt Russell's little sidekick that builds all the inventions for him in Tango and Cash. And so I always liked him from that. He was in Scrooge and Split Second. I believe he was in Sleepaway Camp 3, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen that, but I always liked that guy. He's just a funny little guy, and he plays the role pretty good. I love the scene where they're on where the one guy, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but he's on the swing and they're messing with him. Pretty good stuff. The other guy, Teddy, he's kind of the he's, I wouldn't say crazier. He's a little bit more demented than Woody and Fanny. He's kind of the necrophiliac of the three, because are kind of the rapist, horny one of the three. And you'll see that if you watch the movie. Why I say that. That guy, I don't know his name in real life, but I'd seen him and I'm watching the movie, right? I'm looking at him, I'm like, dude, this guy looks familiar. I don't know what from. I'm like, I gotta find out. Well, I've seen this guy in one movie particular for the last 35 years. I'm like, that's who he is. He's Jed Porkins from Star Wars: A New Hope. He's, Red Leader 6, the heavy set, chubby kind of guy that doesn't look like he should be in an X-Wing. That's him. And then this time around, he's playing a 40-year-old man that thinks he's 12, but he does a good job with it. And Rod Steiger's pretty awesome. So if you guys haven't checked this movie out, it's made in 1987. It's been around for a long time. It has a really cool cover of the throwback of the painting, as you see right here on this DVD cover, is American Gothic. Not great, not bad, but a little different for a slasher. Well, this was my pick for week 6. It was a tough week. I look forward to next week, and you guys all have a great Saturday. Thanks for watching. Later.